Have you ever felt like you kind of understand Spanish and then someone drops 3 of these in a row?
Ándale. Órale. Híjole.
And you're completely lost. You don't know what that even meant or how you're supposed to respond.
Words like ándale, órale, híjole, and nombre don't show up in grammar books, but they're everywhere in real life.
And these words aren't just slang. They're emotional shortcuts that can express little bursts of feeling and attitude that allow you to express excitement, frustration, sarcasm, and even affection without an entire sentence. Master these words and your Spanish not only sounds more natural, but it's also a lot more fun.
What you need to understand about these words is that intonation is everything.
Exactly. How Darcy says the word in each example is what will change its meaning. So let's get started.
And don't forget to get our new PDF guide for each lesson.
Now, these guides are completely free for all of our YouTube members and Patreon members at the Primo level or higher, or anyone can purchase it on our Patreon page. We'll leave those links in the description of this video. Okay, ándale most commonly means to hurry up or come on, but it can also express agreement, encouragement, and affection. So, for example, come on, we're late for the movie.
Ándale, vamos tarde para la función.
Now, ándale comes from the verb andar, which means to go or to walk. And it's going to be in the imperative mood or the command form. So it will be anda. And then we're going to add the indirect object pronoun le afterwards. Now, in this case, le doesn't actually refer to any particular person. It's just added to add emphasis or encouragement. And then we'll add an accent to our first A to maintain the correct stress.
Because it's a command, you could hear ándale in the to form or ándele in the usted form. But the to form ándale, it's more common, even between strangers.
Yeah, and we'll use ándenle whenever we talk about a group of people. But for these first examples, let's see how we use the most common form ándale to say to hurry up. So, for example, hurry up. We've been waiting for 20 minutes.
Ándale, llevamos 20 minutos esperando.
Come on, I don't have all day.
Ándale, no tengo todo el día.
And just to see one example where we would say this to like a group of people, like a group of kids, we could say, come on, kids, I don't have all day.
Ándenle, niños, no tengo todo el día.
Now, next, the most common way that I use ándale is to agree with someone. So, for example, if someone were to say, you want to get tacos later?
¿Nos echamos unos tacos después?
Sure.
Ándale.
Or, I'll be back in an hour.
Regreso en una hora.
Sounds good. I'll wait for you here.
Ándale, aquí te espero.
And it can also show recognition and relief, like that moment when the missing piece just clicks into place. For example, what was the name of that actor in Narcos, the main guy?
¿Cómo se llamaba ese actor en Narcos? El principal. ¿Pedro Pascal?
Ah, that's it, him.
Ándale, ese. Another great way to use ándale is to express surprise or admiration. For example,
Whoa, you look fancy today.
ándale, qué elegante vienes hoy.
Or, dang, that secretary knows all the gossip.
Ándale, la secretaria se sabe todos los chismes.
And on the contrary, you can use ándale to express frustration. For example, see what happens for not paying attention?
Ándale, por no hacer caso, mira lo que te pasó.
Or, wow, you already broke the lamp? Now how are you going to fix that?
Ándale, ya rompiste la lámpara. Ahora, ¿cómo la vas a arreglar? If you want to show affection or encouragement, you can say something like,
Come on, babe, you got this.
ándale, mi amor, tú puedes.
Or, you can do it. Don't give up now.
Ándale, no te rajes.
And lastly, ándale can also be used to politely end the conversation. So for example, you could say something like, I gotta run.
Bueno, ya me voy.
All right, take care.
Ándale pues, cuídate.
Or, okay, we'll talk later.
Ándale, hablamos luego.
Now, órale is also used in daily conversations and has several meanings as well. So for example, you could say, want to go to the party?
¿Vamos a la fiesta?
Okay.
Órale.
Now, órale comes from the word ahora, meaning now. And then just like with ándale, we're going to add the indirect object pronoun le, and then we're going to add an accent on the O to maintain the correct stress. Before, this word expressed more do it now or to go ahead, but over the years has become much more versatile. So in our first case, we're going to use it to express agreement. So for example, we could say something like, "Hey Drew, can you take me to the park?"
Oye, Drew, ¿me llevas al parque?
Okay, but you're paying for the ice cream.
Órale, pero tú pagas el helado.
Or, "Can we talk today?"
¿Podemos hablar hoy?
Sure, I'll call you tonight.
Órale, te hablo en la noche. With órale, we can also express surprise. It could be good or bad. For example,
Wow, what a view.
órale, qué vista tan impresionante.
Or, I parked my car illegally and got a ticket.
Estacioné mal mi coche y me pusieron una multa.
Wow, what bad luck.
Órale, qué mala suerte.
But sometimes this shock can also express admiration. We could say something like, "No way, you speak French?"
Órale, no sabía que hablas francés.
Now, we could also use órale to provoke or to challenge someone, but this usage could be considered a little rude, so just be aware of that if you're going to use it this way. Okay, let's see if you're really that tough.
Órale, a ver si eres muy valiente.
You think you can beat me? Okay, try it.
¿Crees que me vas a ganar? Órale, inténtalo. Before going on to Híjole, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe if you still haven't.
And a big thank you to all of our supporters and members. We really appreciate it. Now, what do you think it means if you were to hear this?
Híjole, no puedo creer que haya pasado eso.
So this is like saying, whoa, I can't believe that happened. Híjole is a softened, expressive form of hijo, which means son. Like our other words, we're going to add the indirect object pronoun le afterwards, and then here we'll add an accent to the I to maintain the correct stress. Now this word doesn't have a direct translation, but can express surprise, frustration, or emotion.
For example, to show shock or disbelief, we could say,
Oh my God, he told that to your face?
Híjole, ¿te dijo eso en la cara?
Or, no way, I missed the flight by 5 minutes.
Híjole, se me fue el avión por 5 minutos.
Now, similar to the last example, we can use it to show worry or stress. So for example, I don't think I can pay the rent this month.
Híjole, no sé si voy a alcanzar a pagar la renta este mes.
I don't even know how to tell them I'm thinking of moving.
Híjole, no sé cómo decirles que estoy pensando en mudarme. And you can use híjole to react to something intense or impressive. This is more or less interchangeable with órale when used in this way.
So for example, you could say like, dang, the ending of that movie left me in shock.
Híjole, el final de esa película me dejó en shock.
Or, whoa, that salsa is really spicy.
Híjole, esa salsa sí pica.
Side note, in our opinion, híjole is the only one of these words that's a bit old-fashioned. Really only people our age or older are still using it, and the younger generation really isn't using it all that much, so keep that in mind. Nombre is a slurred, emphatic version of no hombre, literally meaning no man, and over time fused into one word. It doesn't mean name, like when we say, what is your name?
¿Cuál es tu nombre?
But instead, it expresses strong denial, disbelief, or exaggeration. So for example, to strongly deny something, we could say something like, are you seriously going out with him?
¿En serio? ¿Vas a salir con él?
No way.
No, hombre, ni loca.
Or, did you like that movie?
¿Te gustó esa película?
Not at all. I fell asleep in the middle of it.
No, hombre, me dormí a la mitad. Nombre can also express disbelief or sarcasm.
So for example, we could say something like, he said it wasn't his fault? Oh, please.
¿Te dijo que no fue su culpa? No, hombre, qué chistoso.
Or, he says that he's going to run a marathon without training.
Dice que va a correr un maratón sin entrenar.
No way. He can't even handle going up the stairs.
No, hombre, si no aguanta ni subir las escaleras. And lastly, Nombre can be used to exaggerate something to be humorous.
For example, we could say, man, that pozole was so good, I had 3 plates.
Nombre, estaba tan bueno ese pozole que me eché 3 platos.
Or, he says that he finished the project in 10 minutes.
Dice que terminó el proyecto en 10 minutos.
Yeah, right. Not even Superman works that fast.
Nombre, ni Superman trabaja tan rápido. Remember, the most important part of using expressions like ándale, órale, híjole, and nombre isn't just the word itself, but your intonation, facial expression, and vibe.
Exactly. Our advice is while watching TV series or movies in Spanish, or if you have a language exchange partner you can talk with, pay attention to how these native speakers use these words to express themselves, and you'll see how effective they will be in your daily conversations. For example, ándale with a sweet tone would signify encouragement, like, come on, you got this, ándale. But ándale with a sharp tone would signify frustration, like, come on already, ándale.
Órale with a surprised face can signify shock or admiration, like, whoa, I didn't know that. Órale, ¿no sabía eso? Nombre with a laugh can signify exaggeration, like, no way, that was crazy. Nombre, qué loco.
Now, we want to know, have you heard these words before? Do you use them in your daily conversations? Leave us a comment.
Now, watch this video to keep improving your Spanish.
Until next time.